Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Abbotsford Curling Club. It's the Driving Force Abbotsford Cashspiel. It's draw 3 here of women's action between Team Gyles and Team Gushulak. Team Gyles with the hammer throwing the red rocks. Team Gushulak throwing the yellow rocks here. Gyles 1-0 so far this weekend, which is Sarah's work last night. And Gushulak 0-1, 4-3. That's Caitlin Campbell, the second for Team Gushulak, or excuse me, Team Gyles. This is the third event on the BC Women's Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. Both these teams failing to qualify for the playoffs in their last 2 events. Both are looking to improve on that, get some big tour points up for grabs with only 2 events left on the women's curling tour after this. So of course the team with the most points will receive an automatic berth in provincials in Cranbrook in January. Also CTRS points up for grabs on the World Curling Tour, which again these teams can use to qualify for provincials. Of course, can't forget all the prize money available in these bonspiels. I believe $9,000 up for grabs in total on the women's side here this weekend. We're now on to third stones here. It's Grace McGinnis. Just looking to play the open hit here on the wing. Hit and roll is perfectly made towards the middle, and now it will be Jonna Jensen's turn here for Team Gyles with her first here in this game. Jonna, a former BC mixed champion, playing with Cody Tanaka, Travis Cameron, and Katara Park. Taking it all the way down, and will hit and stick on the nose. And Grace here will attempt to do the same thing. Just hit and stick is ideal. You want to try to for Team Gushulak, just keep it towards the middle as much as you can. Make the rollout for a blank for Team Gyles as long as possible. But again, it's as long as you stick in the rings, it'll be a good shot. This one will roll out, so we'll give Team Gyles a chance here to find draw weight early on here. For Shauna, just put it on the wings. Sweepers haven't touched this one all the way. Grace will try to sweep it out, and it'll stay there in the back 12 now for Team Gushulak. You could play the hit, which is what Diane is going to call you. If you're really confident on your draw weight here in the first end, maybe the line, you could play a freeze and hopefully force, but play the safe shot here. Just hit it out and just try to stick in the house. Not a lot of room to roll here on the right side if you're looking at it from the back end. And Diane Gushulak finished third in this event last year. Losing to Sarah Work in the semifinals. Even has a 5th place finish the year before, so a lot of success for her here in Abbotsford, and looking to improve on that this weekend. Sweepers will clean this one down. It's Megan McGillivray and Kim Dennis who is filling in for Team Gushulak here. And they'll just hang on to the back of the 12-foot. And Katie Gyles now will get set to throw her first. We're going to like to go the other way towards the wings. So Gushulak play it outside in. Team Gyles is going to go inside out here. Skip rocks here in end number 1. Just the one yellow rock in the house so far at the back of the 12-foot. It's been consistently hits and rollouts and you draw in, so it's been leading towards a blank since the first stone here. But they're on it right out of her hand. Looks pretty good as I'll clean it at the end, and we'll set full in the back of the 12-foot. Now for Diane here. The important thing here is to sit in the rings, get the red out, force Team Gyles to make a play for the blank instead of having the easy throw through. Just gonna clean it on the way down here as it gets into the house, and we'll roll in towards, just hit the 8-foot there, but it's a blank attempt now for Team Gyles. And we'll look to keep the hammer as it's going into the even end number 2. There's 8 ends of play here in Abbotsford.
Everything's going okay?
Yep. Katie Gyles now her last rock here in end number 1. They're on it right away here, and she will roll out, and it will be a blank here in end number 1 between Team Gyles and Team Gushulak. We'll be back with end number 2 here from Abbotsford.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Back here inside the Abbotsford Curling Club, it's women's draw 3 action here at the Driving Force Abbotsford Cashspiel. I'm Jordan Kiss, blank in end number 1, so maybe we'll see a point scored here in end number 2 as Team Gushulak is going to throw the center guard, but this rock from Dennis looks a little heavy, so they might sweep it in here. And it will come to the top of the 8-foot, and Katie's going to ask her lead Amanda just to play the hit and roll towards the wings. And she will just hit it on the nose. And Kim will be asked to do the same thing here from Diane. Kim will make the hit here, and it'll be another hit here asked of Amanda. On it out of her hand here. Oh, it looks fine. You're gonna hit it, and again, right on the nose. And what started this in with a rock in the 8-foots, now we're all the way at the top of the 12-foot. Now on to second rocks here. It's Megan McGillivray for Team Gushulak, a new member to this team, originally from Vernon. This team has their hit way down, so does Team Gyles, as nobody's really missed a hit here. As that was made perfectly, and now Katie will ask Caitlin for a roll. Amanda's here on this one really hard, trying to get a little roll out of it if she can, and Shauna will bring it over. A great line call and a great throw by Caitlin. But Diane will ask Megan to roll the other way again. She will hit on the nose. Now for Team Gyles here. They could hit it right on the nose again, and they would leave a corner guard. Well, the option is to, again, maybe hit and roll in. But I think Katie asked Caitlin here just to hit on the nose. And we'll see if Team Gushulak decides to peel it. Or they'll get creative and play a hit and roll. But this shot has to be made first. They're on it right out of her hand. It's a little wide, and it will roll out the other side here. And now for Diane, she Now third stone, she could play in, or she's going to ask for a tight center guard here from Grace. Yeah, any shot here by Grace is a good result here. It's a guard. We might see Team Gyles peel it, or they could go around and have some action here at the last half of the second end, or it could go in and then we'll see some more hits here. And this one looks like it is coming up short of the house here as they're looking just to bring over to center line. And it will just come into the top of the 12-foot. But again, for Team Gyles, a chance to hit and roll. Very difficult to roll and kind of bite the house here. So, most likely the spread run here by Sean, if it stays in play, will most likely be a guard. This one will come to the nose and a little bit of a roll, but it is in the free guard zone, so we'll see what Diane wants to do here. She's going to kind of hit it and leave a center guard. You could go around it, but maybe it's a little early. Maybe wait on your next one or your last one if it's still available. So just hit and roll and sit on the center line and leave a center guard for your team. And it will sit on the nose. And for Team Gyles, very difficult shot here to possibly hit and roll into the house. It's a extremely difficult call, difficult shot, and you're more likely to peel it than kind of sticking in, but you never know. You'd even be tempted even just to draw around that, but they're going to roll it over and will end up as a corner guard just short of the 12-foot. So now for Team Gushulak, you could play the come around draw here. You could just peel it off and again blank the second end and then try to set up the third. It looks like that's what they're going to do. Maybe just hit and roll into the house here. That's what is the call. So just a hit and roll off the red one here and try to roll into this area. You'll be happy with, as long as your shooter's in the house, you'd say a good shot. So now on the skip stones here in end number 2, it's the Driving Force Abbotsford Cashspiel presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, along with Via Sport and Hosting BC, who are supporting all events on the BC Men's and Women's Curling Tour this season. And of course, Curl BC as well. You can head to Curl BC's website, curlbc.ca, for any information you may have. Say maybe your curling club maybe want to host a provincial championship. You can go to curlbc.ca, hit events and results right there at the top. Then there'll be a tab there that says hosting the BC Championship, and all the info is there. You can. Always a great honor being able to host a BC Championship. We can see some of the best curlers this province has to offer as Diane flashes that hit and roll. Now for Team Gyles here, a chance to sit one behind the corner guard. Possibly set up a skips deuce here. Well, looking to draw behind, sit above the tee line. And if you're on the tee line or below it, you're going to give Team Gushulak a freeze opportunity, or if they make it, you'll be forced to your single point. So even if you're top 8 foot here buried, it's a good spot to be. I'm kind of right in this area here is a really good spot for it. So Katie Gyles with her first here in end number 2. This one's got some curling to do. Weight looks okay. It's a little heavy here. They're gonna try to sweep it back just to bury it. And we'll look at the back of the 8 foot, although it is wide open. So I think Team Gushulak, you could, again, the hit and roll under the guard is there, and you hopefully force to the single, but no need to flirt with that guard right now. Just, hit the right out, worst case scenario. It is a blank end. I don't think the split is there for Team Gyles on that red guard. It might be there, but it's an extremely difficult shot. But if Team Gyles does have a chance to play a split here, I'd go for it because I think it is makeable. So important for Team Gushulak here to sit in the rings. She will hit and she will roll just a little too far. But it does look like it's partially open for Katie here. Just asking her front end how much she'll be able to see. Looks like she'll be able to see enough just to hit it out, but they're going to play for the 1 here. Very interesting decision here for Team Gyles. And it does look like, at least from our point of view here, from what we can see on the camera, it looks like that yellow one is open enough that you are able to hit and roll out on blank, but she is going to draw for her 1 here. Needs a good piece of the 8 foot for the single. And take the 1-0 lead here early in this game. So Katie Gyles with a last rock here in the second end. Draw for 1. Sweepers haven't really touched this one. Looks pretty close though. We'll see if Grace can sweep it out. She won't even bother, and we'll sit in there back 4. So it'll be a score of 1 for Team Gyles here in end number 2. They'll take the 1-0 lead as we get set for end number 3 here at the Driving Force. That was for the Cashspiel.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Jordan Kiss back with you inside the Abbotsford Curling Club. It's end number 3 here between Team Gyles and Team Gushulak. Gushulak will have the hammer after Team Gyles scored their single in end number 2. It'll be Amanda Tipper leading us off here. This rock will come to the top of the 8-foot. And Diane's going to ask Kim here for the corner guard. There's Kim Dennis sparring for this Gushulak team here this weekend. Kim Dennis, a former BC Women's Club champion at the Travelers. That will slide all the way to the back of the house here. So for Amanda just to play hit, stick in the rings, and sit 2. And she will hit and she will roll out. Is draw 3 of the Driving Force Abbotsford Cashspiel. Just one other game going on this morning, just right next to us on sheet 4. It's Sarah Warwick taking on Daleen Piarchuk. They're currently in end number 2 on the 3rd rock, so Piarchuk does have the 1-0 lead in that one. Of course, Team Warwick, the home team here in Abbotsford and the defending BC Women's Champions. Lost their opener to Team Gyles last night. Team Warwick coming off a quarterfinal result last weekend in Vernon. As Kim puts up the corner guard, so Katie's going to ask Caitlin here to and just play in front of the red one. You can freeze to it. It can even be short will be better. So she's got just tight to the rings. And we'll come to the top 12, so Diane's going to ask Megan here just to play the hit. Try to get both these reds moving here. Maybe if you can, roll a little bit behind the yellow guard. This one is over curling and will just clip the top one off, and the yellow one will spill out of the house, so just a peel there for Team Gushulak. Katie's going to ask Caitlin here to do it once more. Maybe we'll like this one a little higher. And just, try to prevent Team Gushulak from playing the double. I'm just trying to make this one curl here. And it won't curl enough, so that red one in the house looks like it will be partially open here for Megan McGilvery. It does look like it's wide open, so a chance to play the hit and roll here. Sit behind your yellow guard. Of course, you wouldn't rather, over curled on that one if you're a Team Gyles. If you do, then Team Gushulak can't hit and roll behind. They have to hit and roll open. But an opportunity here for Team Gushulak to sit behind their yellow corner. As they will hit, and they'll slightly roll towards the middle. But a chance here for Team Gyles again to play hit and roll. Katie got a shot here to play hit and roll behind the yellow. Could also hit and roll behind the red here. I think you'd rather hit and roll behind your own. But if you do hit and roll behind your red, you might see Team Gushulak draw behind their corner guard then. Because they will be able to sit shot stone if they do. Again, the important thing here is just remove the yellow one and stick in the house, and they will roll behind the red. And we'll just roll a little too far, so it is wide open there on the kind of 12 8-foot area, half in each. But Diane's going to ignore it here and draw, or she's thinking about it now. You do have a hammer, so you don't really have to go against after that red one. It's not really in your way here, but she is going to just put the broom down for Grace, and they will play around the corner guard. Now, if you didn't have the hammer here for if your Team Gushulak, you probably would play that hit one. Just eliminate the opposition stones, but you do have the hammer here, and can you have a corner guard as well? So it looks like they're just trying to decide where to put the broom here. Sweepers were almost right out of her hand, and it's will get by. Now, where will this one end up? Looks a little light here and starting to overcurl, and will sit there just short of the 8 foot. So it is second shot. So Team Gyles is sitting 1 right now without the last rock. And Katie asking Shauna if she can see any of it. It looks pretty buried. Like, draws a good call here. So they are going to, come around the same way. Try to sit right here. And this one needs to curls. It's still on the red one right now. And it will get by. Now, again, where is it going to stop? And it will stop for a second shot there at the back 8 foot. So, not the spot you wanted, but still a good result, because now Diane and her team don't have a double to sit 2 right now. They could hit one of them and roll, and then maybe later on the end they'll have a hit on that back one for multiple points. But right now they're going to play the hit and roll on this red one here, and try to sit shot behind the red guard. She will hit, and doesn't look like she'll roll enough here, as it is Team Gushulak sitting second and third now, but for Team Gyles, hits there.
We're just going to be leaving out of here. About 5 minutes.
So, play here is to hit and roll here for Katie Gyles.
Yeah, I know we're playing the part.
Love to sit second shot. Don't want to be, again, wouldn't like to be in the open and leave a double. So sit behind the red guard.
Okay, all right. Number 61? Okay, will be... Okay.
So now on to skip rocks here in the third end. This one just needs to curl. It's a little wide. Oh, careful not to hit it too thin. It'll just miss the red one. Almost worst case scenario there for Team Gyles, but they are still sitting one at the back of the house. Not for Team Gushulak. Another chance. You hit. You could play a hit on the back one here and sit your 2. But they are going to play the draw here. Both are good shots. You hit the back one, and you might see, you'll most likely see Team Gyles play the hit on it, and I think you'll still have your hit for 2. You do have a draw here. If you're heavy, you freeze to the red one. But, you make the draw here, top 4. Team Gyles could sit right on top of it, and even if Team Gushulak is still sitting 1 after that, there's not going to be a lot of room in the forefoot to draw to. But she is going to play the draw here. Look at, top 4 is probably where you want to put it. Again, don't want to be behind the tee line. The line's fine here. Just wait. And it will come up there for, I believe it's shot rock. It's tough to tell here from our point of view, but I'm going to say it's yellow. Looks like Team Gyles will play the hit here on it. So you assume a shot rock. Now you have to be careful here, because you could, depending on how thin you hit this yellow one that Team Gushulak just threw, could hit off, could redirect off that other yellow one and maybe even come back here. That's an extremely difficult shot, I think, because the only way to get this yellow one out is if you kind of come to the nose, and if you do that, you're going to jam. And again, if you hit it this way, you hit it over here, it probably, again, just redirects right into there. So, so it is a come around draw here for Katie Gyles on her last. Still not 100% sure on who is sitting 1 right now. Again, I do believe it's yellow. Looking at it again, it could be red, so we'll wait till the end of the end to find out. Right now it is a come around draw for Team Gyles here, just to sit 1 for sure. And this one just not curling up for him over here in this spot. But the weight was perfect. So now sitting a 1 here for Team Gyles without the last rock. And now for Diane. Looks like it could be about half open, maybe a little less. So she could try maybe a backline hack waiter at it. But it also depends if who's hitting second shot right now. So she's looking at the draw here through the hole, but you have to watch this, again, this yellow guard could be in the way if you play that way. But still a makeable shot. Now there's... No. Looks like they have decided to come through the hole, maybe just play a draw from 1. And that hit might not be there. It's pretty straight on that far side there. And this isn't a lot of ice here for Diane. Looks like maybe playing some weight at this and maybe over curl and try to hit that red one out. I don't think it's that straight. Diane, as she comes down the other end, she's taking a look at it from the far end here, but she is content on her decision. So I believe it's just to come through that hole there in the middle with the maybe like back house weight and to try to tap that red one out, and maybe they'll get 2. But that red rock is over buried, so it's popping out the other side. We'll just have to wait and see here. Last rock here in end number 3. It's a shot from 1 for sure for Team Gushulak, maybe 2. Did they wait too long on it? Did they wait too long? They'll just get by the red one here. Now needs to curl a bit at the end. They will hit, but they won't hit enough of it, as it will be a steal of 1 for Team Gyles here in end number 3. A great try there by Diane. Just didn't look like that shot was there, but Team Gyles will take the 2-0 lead and into the 4th end here in Abbotsford. Back here inside the Abbotsford Curling Club, draw 3 here of the Driving Force Abbotsford Cashspiel. It's a steal of 1 for Team Gyles in end number 3. They have the 2-0 lead here in the 4th end. Gushulak still has the hammer. It's the 3rd event on the BC Women's Curling Tour, presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance, where Curl BC members can benefit from a discount on car, home, condo, and tenant insurance on top of any other savings, discounts, and benefits you are already eligible for. Trust me, I checked this out on myself. You'll save a ton of money with Bel Air Direct Insurance. Go to the website now, check it out, or give them a call. But when you do give them a call, let them know that you are a Curl BC member to receive your exclusive premium. And of course, all events on the BC Curling Tours this year are presented by Via Sport and Hosting BC, who support, again, as I mentioned, all events. So I'd like to thank them for supporting the Curling Tour this season as well, helping make these streams possible. There's the fourth event that we have streamed here on Curl BC's YouTube page. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on this Saturday morning. So we'll be bringing you every draw here in Abbotsford till the finals tomorrow. I got 3 more draws on tap today, plus 3 playoff matchups tomorrow. As Amanda Tipper will put her 2 rocks into the house. If we can play the come around guard now, just play around your corner. This one looks a little heavy here. Katie gonna try to sweep it out. And it will just slide out, but still in play though. It's not completely over the back line. For Team Gyles, 5 rock rule is in effect here, so she can't peel. So if she's looking to play a tap on her own, try to sit one of the 4 foot above the tee line. You don't want to guard here in this situation for your Team Gyles, because again, you do have a rock behind the tee line. You'll allow Team Gushulak to freeze to it. So just try to improve the way you sit here. Just bump up the red one. Just a foot or 2. Then you have 3 there in the house, right on the center line. And you're gonna force Team Gushulak to play a hit on them. We'll just wick off the top one there and sit at the top of the 4, so still a good result here. Now sitting 3, but Team Gushulak, you could hit and roll behind. You'll still see Team Gyles sitting 2, because this one, I think if you do play the hit, this is jamming here all day long. A chance to set something up. Looks really good here. And the roll is made to perfection by Megan. But it is still Team Gyles sitting 2 here. Now, again, play a tight guard just top of the 12 foot. And just short's good too. It's Caitlin Campbell now throwing her final stone here in 4. Come about halfway. So you could see, you're going to see Team Gushulak maybe play a double here. Try to get to nose, even roll on the inside. Still a little too early to play the freeze. And if you do freeze, if you're Team Gushulak, you're going to see, Team Gyles either come on top or just run That red one right into it. Well, this one's getting close to the red guard. Sweepers are on it, and it will just hit it and slide by. And the unfortunate thing there is that they didn't remove that red guard. So a chance for Team Gyles to lock it down even more now. Take a little more ice, sit on the left side of center line. Now third rock's here in the fourth inning, and that rock will come to rest in front of the one there in the house. So sitting quite nicely here if you're Team Gyles. Gushulak going to be forced to peel. Looking to get both these reds out of the way. Got to be careful because this red on the center line, you know, could jam and maybe spill in. It's Grace McGinnis now. She'll just get the top off. But Team Gyles will put it right back. And yours is good, you know. You're gonna leave Team Gushulak with a double peel no matter where you put it. But the important thing here is just to make sure you're in front of the red one there at the top of the four. Again, this one looking really nice from Shauna. Two good guards by Shauna Jensen here in four. Team sitting two without the hammer. Right now, Team Gushulak doesn't have much to score the one. I think right now that's what they're concerned about, is just making sure they have a chance to score here in four. That'll be another double peel. Again, got to watch that jam on the yellow corner guard. Diana was looking at it to see exactly where she needs to hit it. So get the one, get the two, and it will jam, but it won't be no harm to Team Gushulak. I guess the only harm is it does leave their yellow one open. But a great double peel by Grace. Now your Team Gyles. I'd play the hit on that yellow one. You know, if you miss the guard, you know, you leave Team Gushulak with a double with a sit too. So I like play the hit. You know, try to roll towards the middle, even if you knows it's okay. You just don't want to hit and roll out here. Because if you do, you know, Team Gushulak makes the double, and then you're looking at a blank end. So important to stick in the rings here for Team Gyles. You know, Team Gushulak's going to have a double no matter where this shooter ends up in the house. I don't mind just playing nose here in this situation. I think if you hit and roll towards the middle, you're going to, well, just, you know, just say you roll right here. You know, Team Gushulak will, you know, play the double on these two then. You know, they're going to sit right up here. Then it's going to be very difficult for Team Gyles to take out. So, trying to make this one curl here. So they will hit it. How much will they hit it? They will come into contact with the red one. Good spot there for Team Gyles. Again, Team Gushulak has a double grace there. Played the hit and roll. If you can make that, that's a great result, but it has to be absolutely perfect. And you're maybe still trying to get your 2 here, but also just want to make sure you have a shot for 1. So they're gonna, take those 2 off the center line. Try to get those 1 to go out. So it's a double here for Gushulak. Her first rock here and then number 4. Sweepers are really hard on this one. And the top will go, and it'll just slide by. I think overswept that one, if anything. But it is still Team Gyles sitting 2. And again, just play the hit here for Team Gyles. That way, the worst you give up is 1. Roll towards the middle is great. If you roll in the middle, Team Gushulak will just have this hit and roll here for their 1. There'll be no draw. She won't be able to play the double. So hit and roll towards the middle, then you're forcing Diane to make a very precise shot. She's only going to have the 4-foot to roll to. It'll be made in the roll. Good spot to roll. I think that pretty much blocks off everything if you're for Team Gyles against Team Gushulak here. No, that hit and roll into the 4-foot's still there. Well, I think that's still there, but it's a lot harder now. And again, you can't double because you won't be sitting shot after it. So it's a draw to the button here for Team Gushulak against 3. So we're on to the last rock here and then number 4. A crucial shot here for Team Gushulak. Needs the button, needs to hit a good piece of the 4 just to cut him down. So very precise shot needed. It's the last rock here in the 4th end, looking to make this a 2-1 game for Team Gushulak. The sweepers are on this one. Line looks fine right now. Even if you're a little heavy, you have the back one to use. So it's all about line. Well, this one's starting to move towards the middle. And it's going to be light as well. It's going to be a steal of 3 for Team Gyles here in 4. They'll take the 5-0 lead here, so we're halfway through this one in Abbotsford. The driving force, Abbotsford Cashspiel. I'm back with end number 5 right after this.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Back here inside the Abbotsford Curling Club, end number 5, a steal of 3 for Team Gyles. It's the driving force Abbotsford Cashspiel. Draw number 3, third event on the BC Women's Curling Tour, presented by Best Western, where if you are a Curl BC member, you can use this corporate ID code. Write this down right now, 01504820. Use that code when you book your next room at a Best Western hotel, and you can receive discounted rates up to 19%. That can be any time. That could be, for your for a hotel for your next road trip, Bonspiel, or even if you're just out with the family, you can use that corporate ID code. Save money. Use Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. And I'm Jordan Kiss here with you as that first rock by Team Gyles will come into the button area there. A great shot there by Amanda Tipper. The corner guard here for Team Gushulak. So Amanda's going to be asked by Katie here just to freeze right around. Update over on sheet 4. It's the only other game going on right now here in Abbotsford. It's a 3-1 lead for Team Warwick over Team Puarchuk. They're currently in the 4th end. Still on 3rd rocks over there. And Amanda freezes right back on her own. And Diane's gonna ask Kim here just to play a hit and roll. Even if you come to nose here, it's a good place to be. You're kind of on top of it, frozen. Will hit and they will roll, but roll a little too far. So we'll sit wide there on the 12-foot. For Kaylin here, just hit it out. I think you'd like to roll out here. If you kind of sit nose, it could be a problem rock for you later on. Might mean you won't be able to hit a rock out if Team Gushulak draws around the corner guard. You gotta get by that top one first, and they'll hit it right into their own and take out their own red one, but not all the way out. But a very unfortunate result there for Team Gyles. Now really opening the door here for Team Gushulak in 5 to score multiple points. And Diane's going to ask Megan here just to play a freeze to the red one there. This one's got a waist curler right now for Team Gushulak. Gripper's been on off it, so the weight's not too bad. And as you can see, weight was great. Just a little too much ice there. But they are still sitting 3 here. No easy double right now for Team Gyles. It looks like they're just, hit and roll over. Try to group some together to leave yourself a double in your next one. Now this one, she's making it curl a little bit, will hit, and she will roll. Much better shot there from Caitlin Campbell. It's a great shot. She's frozen on that yellow one. All Diane can do is just hit that on the nose and just sit 2. Or she could freeze to it. And freeze again is a nice call. Be aggressive here, down 5. And this one looking really nice by Megan. Perfect shot from Megan McGilvery, right on top, sitting 2 right now for Team Gushulak. Now for Shauna Jensen, just play a hit here. And just try to roll slightly in. She will hit. Now, where will this one stop? It will come to the back of the 8'4" short rock for the moment. Team Gushulak could play the freeze here again. Looks like that's maybe play a little tap just to sit 2. Don't need to eliminate this red one right now. I'm trying to keep this one straight, but it's a little heavy, and she will just kiss it on the edge there, but just over curl, but a chance for Team Gyles to sit 2. Now it's right now for Team Gyles. It's where do you put this rock? Katie's gonna try and just do play to the left side here. This one's a little heavy right now from Shauna, but will stay in for her second shot. So not for Team Gushulak. You're sitting 3rd and 4th right now. You love to bring those ones into play, but there's no double right now. So you're Almost hoping for at least one Team Gyles miss here, but freeze to that red one there on the right side again. Sweepers are on this right over hand here. Just needs to curl for them. Line looks good. Weight's great again. Much better shot here from Grace. Just needs to finish up a bit and will sit. So now shot rock, but it is removable here for Team Gyles. So we're now onto the skip stones here in 5. Try and roll as far as you can for the right, because you're just going to leave a pocket there, a wall of red ones for Team Gushulak. So you know, you're going to be able to get this yellow one out, but you're going to, you know, give a rock for Team Gushulak to use. I'd be almost tempted just to nose it and take that back red one out. That's the first of the skip rocks here in 5. Katie Gyles, her first. There's a yellow double here. She will hit both. And still sitting 2, maybe 3 now for Team Gyles. Tough to see right now, but they are 2 for sure, so Diane's going to have to make another good freeze, and they are sitting 3, looks like, again. These 2 are really close. From our angle, it does look like it is red, but then you can see that yellow one's just kind of over in the 8'2" a little bit. But for Diane, has to freeze on this red one here to be shot. You know, if you can, maybe just a slight over curl on the right, so just off nose. That way, if Team Gyles hits it, it'll, you know, maybe slide into this red one over here. So Sweeper's got to get it there first. It's looking pretty close here. Nice touch there by Diane. But again, on an angle, so Katie can throw some weight at it and remove it. But she's not. She's going to come right down on top of it. And force Team Gushulak here to a single. So it is a freeze here for Katie Gyles with her last rock here in 5. Sit right on top of the yellow one that Diane just threw. Even if you're, top four is good. Don't have to freeze. Even if you're just biting the top four, or just short of it, there's probably won't be a shot for two for Team Gushulak. This one just needs to curl. Weight's there. Again, this is looking very nice. And we'll sit on top. And looks like Diana's going to be forced to one here. I don't see a shot for two. Now Grace is maybe trying to see if there is a shot. I don't think there is. Like they're saying maybe they can drive this red this way here and maybe clip the back of it. If you can, that's there for three, because then your shooter will kind of roll in there, bump that one out. Then of course this yellow one's going to jam. The only thing I'm worried about on that shot is if this red one here at the top will kind of, because you have to hit it on the underneath this red one over here on the left, and I just don't think you're going to be able to do that. But if you can, I don't think it's there, because you're going to because it's going to hit the yellow one first that's frozen on, so it's going to kind of stay up. If you're really desperate to score 3 points here, if you're Team Gushulak, then by all means you go for it. But again, getting one here still gives you a chance. You want to make sure you get your one. You know what? The more I look at it, the more I think it's there. I think it's worth a shot here. You're down by 5, fifth end. You got 3 ends left after this. You're gonna score one here, then you're gonna probably have to steal the rest of the way. Not an easy task. You do this is there for 3. But again, if you miss it, it's probably game as well. So they're just going to take a look at it just to make sure that it is there. So you have a extremely difficult, near impossible shot for 3, or you have a draw for 1. If your team gears like you and you feel like that shot for 3 is there, you go for it. If you think it's there, you go for it. And again, it's, do you want to, put the game on the line here in 5? Take your one here, you're still in this one. It's just kind of, what do you want to play in this situation if you're Team Gushulak? It is draw 3 of the Driving Force Abbotsford Cashspiel. Jordan Kiss with you. Very entertaining 5th end here, especially on the skip rocks. Now you see some teams in this situation maybe call a timeout. There are no timeouts. Maybe their coach will come down. Maybe you yourself maybe are interested in coaching. Of course, Curl BC hosts many coaching clinics throughout the year in all areas of the province. Maybe a club coach to help maybe teach some new people how to curl. You can be a competition coach and teach the elite levels here of curlers in BC. Maybe coach a team to a Brier or a Scotties or a junior nationals. If you are interested in becoming maybe a coach of any sorts, head to curlbc.ca. Go to programs right there at the top, and then all the info you have is there. From learn all the info of club coaching and competition coaches. Learn when and where the workshops are. Maybe you're interested in being an ice tech. We can check that out there. Maybe make your own ice, or maybe you want to be an official. You can also check out all the courses for officiating as well. Lots to do. Any information you may have, just go to curlbc.ca. So, looks like they're going for it here for Team Gushulak. Or they're playing the hit for one. They gotta hit a pretty thin chunk of that red one. We'll see how much weight Diane throws. The weight she throws will determine the shot she's playing, because she's gonna have to throw a lot of weight. She's trying for the shot for 3. I think it's there. If you throw enough weight, I really do think it's there. I think she is going for it here. And just needs to curl. Looks like it might slide on by. Is it gonna curl? Oh, she take her back one out, and it'll be a steal of 2 for Team Gyles. They'll take a 7-0 lead after 5 here in Abbotsford. And they are going to shake hands here, so Team Gyles will pick up the victory here in 5 ends. And Team Gyles will go to 2-0. Gushulak 0-2. And our next game will be at 1 o'clock here. Men's action. Team Dangerfield versus Team Richard. And that'll be the next time we talk to you. So thank you for joining me on your Saturday morning. It's a 7-0 win for Team Gyles here. Again, we'll talk to you again at 1 o'clock.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.